Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Dirty Balls podcast. I'm Ethan Benfield. I'm here with my two co-hostesses with the mostesses.
Alan Moody.
And Jennifer Day.
And if the audio sounds better, or on the other hand, if it sounds way worse, or on the third hand, if you can't hear it at all, well, we got some fancy new equipment. We're starting to be a little bit more like a real podcast, one with an audio-only option. And, yeah, we're excited. It's been a crazy off-season. We've still got a couple of weeks to go, I wanted to wait till a little bit closer to the season, but there's just been so much stuff going on in the off-season that we have to be relevant and talk about it right now. It's been crazy, but before we get to any of that, you guys want to play a game?
Always.
But first, let me say, you wanted to wait, but what at Christmas? Let's do one.
Because
we wanted to do our Christmas episode.
Just pretend like this is the Christmas episode. Yay, Christmas! Yay, Christmas! The Astros stole all my presents. We had to get one in, come on. Okay, time to play a game. You guys know what the game is?
No, what's the game, Ethan?
I bet it's the one-star review.
Yes, it is. Now, this season, I'm going to change it up a little bit. Oh. Mostly because I am starting to run out of one-star reviews. Or one-star reviews with actual, entertainment value. Yeah. So, for this year, it's just going to be reviews in general. They might be 1 star, hell, they might be 5. But it's reviews. This one, I'll try to keep it 1 star as often as possible. My rule is, and then I'll go to 2, and then I'll go to 3. I'm not going to start at the good reviews. I'm going to try to still keep it as bad as possible, but they're not all going to be 1 stars. This one, however, is.
Yay!
It comes from Mark Turner. It is It is one of his 1 reviews.
Ooh.
Oh man, he really
101
had a bone to pick. And it is from 6 years ago.
Wow.
2014.
It's not Fayetteville.
No. And it is 1 star. And here we go. Mascot stayed on top of the dugout during the top of the 9th, between our seats and home plate. We asked him to move. He chose to make some idiotic gestures at us and stayed in the way. After you guys say who it is, I'm going to posit another question. I guess he thinks he is funny. We'll go to Burlington next time.
It would be so funny if it was Hickory, but it's not because they don't have the mascot ain't coming out that much.
Well, it's either got to be Winston-Salem or Greensboro.
Why'd you point at him? What does that mean?
That means he had a good point. He's probably right about that. So, lock in your guesses.
Or it could be Carolina.
That's what I was going to
guess. It also could be.
I'm going to go Mudcats.
Since they're saying we could go to Burlington next time, I'm assuming that it's in the middle of the state.
So I'm going to go
or towards the east of it.
6 years ago. I'm going to go with Greensboro.
I said Mudcats.
And the answer is Greensboro. Which brings me to the question, is it the actual big goofy costume mascot or was it Spaz?
That's a tough question there.
Because that sounds like something Spaz would do. Mm-hmm. But it also sounds like something a traditional mascot would do.
Yep.
So if we ever find Mr. Turner, then...
Was Spaz there 6 years ago, you think?
I don't know. I didn't do a lot of research.
Did they have the same mascot? For podcasts, you're supposed to do research.
I was sitting in class today and said, I'll find a 1-star review real quick. This isn't important, what this teacher's talking about right now.
What class was it?
It was editing and design. We were being, we were learning how to use Photoshop today, which I've already had a little bit of experience with, so I kind of
being Photoshop
disillusioned.
does not give you experience.
I've used it before, too. I've used it before.
So I'm going to need those pictures for the commercial break. So.
All right.
You just insert them right there.
And I'm going to pass it over to the man to my left who has a plethora of off-season discussion points.
Somebody has to do the work.
Therefore, this could be a 2-part episode. You might get lucky.
Maybe.
I
Maybe.
said could be. Comment.
Maybe.
So. Well, the season ended, and we got some awards to give out. And, well, just one major award.
Major award.
So it goes to Minor League Coach of the Year for the entire minor leagues.
All
From
of it.
rookie all the way to AAA.
Which could be changing soon.
So, yeah. So the Manager of the Year goes to... There you go, Cooper.
I
Sorry
wonder
for
how
the
that
spike.
sounded.
Corey Ragsdale.
All right.
So congratulations to Corey for, being the best damn major. God, I can't even flip and talk. Minor. God, see that word right there.
Hey, it's your turn.
Manager.
Can you read the word?
It's your episode.
Yeah. So yeah, congratulations to him. Well deserved. And with that, he gets a promotion, in a way. Well, I don't know if it's because of that. But he is now the field coordinator, the same thing that he done, for the minor leagues, but he's going to the big boy club. So he's going to be the field coordinator next year for the Texas Rangers. So, awesome. So since
That big league paycheck.
So since he's leaving that job, somebody's got to fill his previous job. Does anybody want to take a guess who that could be?
My previous job, which one do you mean?
The
field coordinator?
The field coordinator.
Okay.
And there's going to be another job that someone's going to have to fill.
Okay, my guess is Conrad the Crawdad is going to be taking over.
You are correct.
You are
I'm right, in a way.
somewhat correct. Matt Hagan, our manager this year in Hickory, will be taking over Corey's job as field coordinator for the Texas Rangers minor league teams. So,
The whole farm.
yep. So that brings up, who's going to take over Rags' managerial job. Yeah. Then down east. So we thought he would be our coach this year, but, he's not. So we're going to have to give that up to JJ. So, JJ, he'll be taking over the manager job.
Which I
down
predicted.
east. So congratulations to him. He is super excited for that. Jeremy and I went to the Winter Caravan a couple weeks ago. We got to see, both JJ and Rags. Rags actually stopped me and Jeremy as we walked by and said hey to us. He was busy and I didn't want to interrupt, but he pretty much stopped what he was doing to say hey, which was super cool. And JJ, he just said, look, if you need anything, let me know. And I said, well, you're just right down the road, so you're not going to not see us. So you're going to see us as much as possible. So we can't wait for that. So that means we have a new manager this year. His name is Carlos Cordona.
That looks like Cordoza to me.
Cordoza.
Yeah, and I'm the one that's not prepared.
Yeah, well.
He's got everything written down. You just need to help
At least
proofread it.
Exactly.
I'm literate.
So Carlos, he was the AZL Rangers coach last year, they actually won their championship. From all the accolades that he has, he's
You're gonna go right past that. You think I'm just gonna let you smooth on over that abomination of a way you just pronounced the word accolades?
accolades.
Accolades?
I'm an alcoholic.
What's that
No,
word?
don't you get into it.
Massachusetts.
There we go. Look, we've all got one. You guys have not discovered mine yet because I have made it very careful that I don't say it on this show. I don't even remember what it is. But if we get to it, you'll know it.
Royal or roar? Which
Alan's
one?
is
Roar.
Huh?
Roar.
Well, you said it.
I know, I do. I could say it. It's just, I don't know.
Accolades, everybody.
Yeah.
And that's a perfect time to remind everybody that we are still unofficially sponsored by Bold Rock Hard Cider.
But we got to meet Carlos. He's super cool. He's a young guy. I think, with him coming up to, low A from rookie ball, I think those guys coming up, it's going to, it's going to be under him. I think we're going to be pretty good because those guys know what he expects, and they're going to go through a wall for him. And so all those guys from down below are coming up. It's going to be a super cool year this year. And to let you know in a little to let you know, he loves Haagen-Dazs vanilla ice cream.
Vanilla.
He loves vanilla. Nothing on it, just plain old vanilla ice cream.
Loves it.
Yeah. But he, like I said, he's a super cool guy. We told him, about the cowbells, about the cheers. He said, bring it on. He's like, I can't wait. So
That's what we like to hear.
So, but yeah. So all the coaching jobs have been talked about and all that good stuff. So
Oh, this next story makes me a sad panda.
yeah, why don't you go ahead and go into that one so I ain't taking over everything. We had a trade
Give it to me. I know who left. I don't know who's
right
coming.
right before Christmas. So
Well, this gets into several things. So, Nomar Mazara, my previous favorite crawdad ever, and my previous favorite current Ranger, is no longer a Ranger. He has been traded to the Chicago White Sox in exchange for Steele Walker. Now, Mr. Walker, I have nothing...
Man of Steel.
Mr. Walker, I have nothing personally against you. I'm sure you are a fine baseball player. But, and I'm sure I would love to come watch you play. And if you play in Hickory, I will chant right along to whatever Chris comes up with if I'm in 108 that night. And I will very much love to get your autograph and all that good noise.
I was going to sneeze, but it didn't happen.
But you have ruined my favorite joke. Ruined it. Look at my lips. You are ruining it. All right? So, Steele Walker. My favorite joke used to be when Kannapolis came to town and Steele Walker would come up to bat, I would say, oh, you might be a Walker, but you're never going to be a Texas Ranger. Funny joke, right? Why am I at 20 talking about a show that ended before I was even born? Why do I know that reference? Why is it so funny? I don't know any of that, but it worked. Now, I can't say that anymore
Slam that down.
because he is going to be a Walker Texas Ranger.
Maybe it's your
he's
fault.
still going to be a Walker Texas Ranger?
Yes.
Yeah, still Walker Texas Ranger.
Yeah, see, it works both ways, but it's ruined it.
Maybe you spoke it into existence.
Soiled it. I know I spent way more time talking about how I'm sad that my joke is going away, other than instead of talking about how much good Nomar Mazara has done for this organization and how great of a player he was. But I mean, you guys already know that. Come on, Steele Walker. Change your name to something else. Change it to I don't know, Steele Johnson.
What?
And you can hang out with Cuba Demopoulos.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the Rule 5 draft was earlier this offseason, and
What's the Rule 5 draft, Alan?
Oh, God. Are we going to have to explain this to you?
Maybe it could be our baseball term of the week.
We'll let Jeremy handle that one. Jeremy, on your next video, talk about what the Rule 5 draft is, because I don't have the time, and I'm not that good at it. It's just like infield fly rule. I know
And just Google it if you want to know.
When I see an infield fly rule in place, I know exactly what's happening. But then somebody says, "Hey, explain that to me," and I get a bit tongue-tied, whatever. Same thing with the Rule 5 draft. Go on.
so we lost a previous crawdad in Michael De Leon. So he is actually going to the Cincinnati Reds now.
Oh.
And Michael De Leon, he has a special place, I think right about here. Story is, I go down there to where the autographs, where they're warming up, to where we get autographs, and I'm just standing there playing on my phone while they're warming up, and something just says, "Hey, look up." And when I looked up, all of a sudden there was a ball straight right here. So Michael threw the ball way too high for the guy he was throwing to, and it hit me in the chest. So.
And somebody had the time to see that developing and text you, and you saw the text and still...
No, I'm just saying it was just... nobody told me. It was just a feeling that I got. Said, "Hey."
Oh, I thought you
need to
said
look up.
somebody. You looked. You
No,
were looking down like at your
I was
phone.
looking at
and
my
it said
phone.
look up.
Something told me.
him.
Oh, I thought you said someone.
Divine
told-
intervention, you know.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But so
But
that's pretty much all the off-season stuff up until now.
That's all the trades we're gonna talk about.
Well, who do you want to talk about?
CD.
There you go. See, I'm trying to set you up with something so you can talk about something.
CD's trades.
So go for it, Jennifer.
Waka waka.
Well, I mean, I don't know what happened, but he was traded to the Cubs, right?
Right. He was picked up off the waivers.
Yeah.
His contract ran out with the Rangers, and the Cubs picked him up. So CD is off to Chicago. What's up with that guy is going to Chicago?
Chicago Cubs, Chicago White Sox.
They just want them Chicago style hot dogs, man.
So what were we at on time?
Chicago style pizza. We are about 16.
We are 16 minutes in.
Oh, we could knock all this out in one go.
So,
Sorry, guys, probably not getting a part 2.
Darn.
Oh,
But,
man.
At
Aw.
the
Unless the last thing takes too long to talk about, but it's the thing that everyone and their dog is talking about right now, so we'll probably just blow through it.
At the Winter Caravan, there was not really much big news. There was 2 things that stuck out the most. One that you could probably guess, we're going to have an exhibition game, and we're going to play the Bears. The LR Bears.
Yay! Okay, guys, listen. Bryce Stober, you're cool, all right? Mike McHugh, you're cool. Brock Johnson, you're cool. Y'all are going to get your asses kicked. And I'll see you the next day, and we can have a nice conversation about it.
When you rewatch
But-
this video, write down those names so that when the game happens, we can ask those men and specifically if they know Ethan Benfield. And we'll record that. That'll be a commercial break for.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
So, I'll see you guys around, but, yeah, get ready for this work.
And that work will be on
For this smoke.
April 6th, and it's free. So just walk your happy asses on into the stadium and cheer for the dads. So
And the Bears, but to a greater extent, the Crawdads.
and
We should all have a good time. I told my guy at school the other day, I was talking to my boy Bryce, and he came up to me, and I was at lunch, and he's like, "Hey, is your crew going to go hard on us like they do everybody else?" And he really asked that. I don't even know if he's been to a game before, but he knows us. And I was like, probably they did last year. So
And I think Johnson, we gave him a hard time.
everybody loves
Because
good.
he had a tick. That was the one guy who had some kind of tick when he got up in the box. We made fun of.
That's Brock the Rock Johnson. Don't be talking about. Everybody loves a good BJ.
So, but the other,
Everybody loves a good BJ. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Wow, his initials are BJ. His last name's Johnson.
Yeah.
the other news is, and this is very rare that the Crawdads would throw this kind of information out. They're going to be wearing a special jersey this year for one game, and it's going to be called the Miracle of Hickory. And that's in going back and talking about the polio outbreak here in Hickory.
I forgot about that. Did you tell my mother about that?
No, I did not. So why would we want to tell your mother?
Because she was one of those miracles of Hickory.
All right.
But they didn't say what the jersey would look like, of course, but they just said that they were going to have them, and they're going to auction them off, and proceeds of the jersey sales are going to go to some kind of medical stuff. So
Some kind of medical
well, I mean,
stuff,
I don't
my
know
favorite.
the whole, because I don't know the story of the polio outbreak here in Hickory.
I guess
So-
we'll learn at the game. If, and this was a big issue last year and the year before that, if we decide to finally go all in on the theme nights.
We'll see. But there was 2 players at the Caravan this year. One was Tyler Phillips, and the other one was Jeffrey Springs. Jeffrey Springs was there last year, and he actually lives right down the road in Belmont. He went to college at App. But the reason I bring him up, he was traded to Boston for Sam Travis.
Sam Travis. Hey, Jennifer, name 2 white guys. Just name 2 white guys, Jennifer.
Kevin.
Why you got a Kevin? Who's Kevin?
Because isn't that classic Kevin, you know? And just like you have Karens. You have Karens and you have Kevins.
Well, if I was to name 2 white people, I might say, and I'll have to look because I've already forgotten, Sam Travis.
Isn't that kind of racist? Like, you couldn't do that the other way around. You couldn't say...
We're not going to open that can up.
But they've already said that Sam he will be playing for Nashville.
Says it? Just get you a drum. Ba-dum-bum.
It's from never mind.
What's it
He'll
from?
be playing for Nashville. That's where he's going to get his start.
Wrestling.
No, it's not from wrestling. It's from How I Met Your Mother.
And I saw
Baseball.
I saw Chris at the caravan, and I asked him for any of you military people out there watching. We will be doing the military tickets again this year, so that's great. Free tickets for me. Yay!
Hopefully, LR still does their thing this year, which is 2 free tickets on Thursdays and $5 tickets every other day.
That's not something to give tickets on Thursday.
To college kids. It's good marketing.
Good marketing on behalf of the crawdads. I don't know about the school.
Look, what we do off campus is our business.
So what you do off campus so far?
Let's not talk about it. This is a family-friendly baseball podcast.
It is what it is.
Yeah, so how about Shartan Apostle?
Make sure you put in a commercial break there for...
How about these names that are... hey, guys, did you know the Rangers 40-man roster has now included some recent crawdads? Tell me about it.
Probably the one you
at
just
length.
named.
Yeah, Sherton Apostle. He was one of them. DeMarcus Evans, Tyler Phillips, Leote. They've all been added to the 40-man
Holy
roster.
moly.
So, what that means is they actually get to go to spring training with the guys, with the major league team, and they can go and see what happens.
Oh, I want to talk about the next thing.
So, but go ahead.
All right. So, Caldwell County. You know how for the last 10-ish years, everybody's been such a big Giants fan their whole life? I have a sneaky suspicion that all of y'all lifelong Giants fans that love the Giants so much
head-butted your way out of the GB
that have
Jesus Christ.
I just saw that because the other day was Josh Advocate's birthday, and someone tagged his mama in that. It was the anniversary of Josh headbutting his way out.
that all have
I just think that's funny as hell.
that
Sorry.
kiss your poster of Barry Bonds on the way to work. All of you just lifelong Giants fans that love them so much are now about to also be lifelong Diamondbacks fans. Oh, they love the Diamondbacks. They've loved them their entire life, even though they've only been a team since the mid-'90s. They love it. They love that shitty stadium with the pool. They love the cool purple jerseys that should have actually lasted longer. That wasn't sarcastic. I really did like those. They love the Diamondbacks. They love their 42 alternates that they have. They love weird outfield dimensions where center field has 2 divots. They love... What are some other Diamondback things?
I don't know nothing about the Diamondbacks, but they just
What's
play
a
in Arizona.
Diamondback? Is it a snake?
Yes, they love
snakes.
snakes. They love snakes. Anyway, what I'm trying to say to you shallow, picking one guy for a whole team fans is that...
Is he talking to us a little bit? A little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
little bit of hypocrisy on this end by saying that. But all of you guys... Anyway, what I'm saying in a roundabout way is that Madison Bumgarner has been traded from the Giants to the Diamondbacks. And all of that stuff I just said is not to say that I don't like Madison Bumgarner. I think he's a fantastic player. One of the best pitchers of this entire generation, represents the place I'm from fantastically, but I don't like the bandwagon fans that go for the whole team just for one guy.
I'm with you. I would have liked to see him come to some other team closer to home because that was his major thing anyway. He wanted away from San Francisco to be closer to home. I mean, I guess you are in a little bit,
Aren't
but
they right beside each other?
yeah, pretty much. But you know, you're getting closer.
My friend Tyler served him at Bojangles the other day. He works at Bojangles, and he came in. Yeah.
Cool.
I don't know what he just said.
My friend Tyler took Madison Bumgarner's order at Bojangles
Okay.
the other day.
All
He
right.
said serve like he
He
served.
said he
him.
served it.
Yeah, sir. Here is your food, sir. Here is your food. Here's your food, you World
just
Series
said my
champion,
friend-
you.
My friend Tyler served at Bojangles.
Yeah,
Served
sir.
him.
He's
Exactly. He just said serve.
Yes, you
and that was the end of
you
that
serve
sentence.
a customer.
Don't bang on
That's
the
the
board.
microphone. Did you guys hear that? Bang bang.
All right, it's time for the ASMR portion of the
But
podcast.
What's that?
Served the customer.
but Madison will be there for the next 5 years. So good luck
So
there, yeah.
get all of your Diamondbacks merchandise today. Can't wait to see all that around town.
I like the Diamondbacks. They have that cool little A. It's got triangle design in it.
You know, when it was
Pretty.
cooler.
When
it
it's purple.
was, yeah, when it was purple. Purple is not used enough in sports jerseys.
But speaking of jerseys, is there anything
Dinosaurs are not used enough
Yes.
in sports.
Yes, Jennifer, shut up.
What's the
We
time?
just killed that segue right there, and you just.
I wasn't listening.
Let's do it again, Alan. Purple isn't used nearly enough in jerseys nowadays.
Oh, we didn't went over the time. But speaking of jerseys,
What about jerseys?
somebody's got new jerseys this year.
I bet it's the Rangers.
I bet it is.
Are you sure we didn't talk about this before?
No, because it didn't happen until after. It didn't even happen until after we already ended the season.
Did it happen before or after
After.
Kannapolis?
Well after.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then we haven't talked about it. Just amongst ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Crack Monkey here wants to spend $300 on an authentic one, and I want to spend $23 on one.
Well, I don't want a jersey that says Joey Gello.
Like that commercial. There's a credit card commercial. That's missing the thing that you like.
Yeah.
Colon.
I don't want a jersey that says Rangers on it. I want to make sure what I'm getting is real. I can't afford it, but one of these
You were
days.
trying to be more responsible with money so you could get ladies.
That's right.
But why are you excited about these jerseys?
Oh, they're beautiful. They're baby blue.
Yes. And who brought that back? Who was the main reason to have the baby blues come back?
Have I talked about him in the last 2 minutes?
Yes, you have.
Joey Gallo.
That's right.
And, I mean, they have a red one and a white one, but the blue's everybody's favorite, or
blue is just-
at least my favorite.
Carolina
It-
blue.
It gives me 80s Braves vibes.
Carolina blue, baby.
I don't think it's the exact shade of Carolina blue, but it gives me that
Ain't
80s
that
much.
Braves.
shit.
Well, no, the Duke blue's a lot darker. Yeah.
Carolina blue. And
I know this
the
isn't a-
Crawdads got rid of their Carolina
I know this
blue.
isn't a basketball podcast, but allow me 10 seconds. What the fuck, Duke? All right, back to baseball.
I
Oh,
could
what
go-
did Duke
I could go back and say, what the fuck, Carolina?
do? What did Duke do?
They suck this year, just like we suck this year. So, but
But
speaking of sucking, like every year,
Wow.
Kannapolis.
oh, come on, we didn't have to do them dirty like that. We're talking about a very positive thing here. They're doing something great.
What are they doing, Ethan?
They are embracing a new identity and a new stadium
Right.
in a
right.
better part of town.
And a new mascot.
And by that, we mean not in a cornfield.
What's wrong with being in a cornfield? Doesn't that go with y'all's favorite baseball movie?
I mean, yeah, build it and they will come, but not if it's in Kannapolis. Or maybe if it's in Kannapolis. We'll find out.
But yeah, our last show, we were talking about the Intimidators being called the Cannonballers.
I like it. Did
So-
not initially like it, but I learned to like it.
Yeah. And why did we learn to like it?
Well, because there were still some subtle references to the main reason why anybody in the world knows what Kannapolis even is. And the color scheme's cool.
But why did me and you fall in love with it? Because
The logo.
The logo and the mascot.
the mascot. Why?
Well, he had the open face helmet and the goggles. It was very reminiscent of.
Because he looks like that one Disney villain.
Yeah, because he looks like that one Disney villain. Wait, is that Disney?
Yeah, that's the Despicable Me guy.
That's not Disney. Despicable Me isn't Disney. It's DreamWorks.
Okay.
Same difference.
No.
It's
You know-
a cartoon.
Give it 2 years, Disney will own it.
But yeah, the mascot. So they got a new mascot. So that mascot needs a name.
Okay.
So I mean, what would you want to call that mascot?
Well, I had a couple of suggestions. I liked Ralph.
Sorry if that was real loud. He has no sense.
This is another ASMR portion of the podcast, brought to you by delicious Bold Rock Hard Cider, brewed in North Carolina
And Virginia.
Yes, don't forget about Virginia. North Carolina, come on and raise up. Take your shirt
Okay,
off,
anyway.
twist it around your hand, spin it like a helicopter.
I wanted to name the mascot Daring Dale. I couldn't go with Death Defying Dale because that would just be too soon. But anyway,
I like Ralph,
yeah, Ralph
Dale's actual first name.
and his grandfather's name.
Yes, and Dale Jr.'s first.
So,
Yeah.
but they unveiled his name
And
this
the
year.
old people won out.
Yeah,
The Boomers, one out.
The Boomers won. This mascot's name is Boomer.
Okay.
So now my children want to go to Kannapolis just so they can go up to the mascot and say, "Okay, Boomer."
Now, I'm glad you brought that up, Jennifer.
I don't know what the hell a Boomer is.
The old folks.
A Boomer is the generation that was born from after World War II into the mid 60s, I think.
Our children are Zoomers.
There's also, I don't like generations. The ones I know of, Baby Boomers, Gen X, Millennials, and Gen Z. I think those are the ones that are all majorly alive right now. Anyway, and there's a meme. I hate saying that word because it makes me sound like I'm 12. But where when a young person is talking to an older person and they don't understand something about technology or the new slang or whatever the young hip thing is, they'll say, "Okay, Boomer." And I'm sure that if I'm the guy that is in the Boomer costume, that'll be funny for like the first 2 or 3 times. And then by, I don't know, the 4th home game,
It's never gonna stop.
I'm just going to want to punch all those children in their faces a la Tigger at Disney World that one time. But you can't do that because you're a mascot. Unless you're Tigger at Disney World that one time.
But you can really fuck a kid up as a mascot
Yeah.
and get away with it.
Oh, you can break you can break the 4th wall and just be like, "Hello, children." Like you can
Just walk up to him. Santa Claus is not real.
just traumatize them. You're supposed to, you build to that, Alan. You build to, you don't go
No,
straight.
he's just had a shitty day. He's
Yeah,
had a
straight
shitty day.
for the
He
jugular.
woke up, wife's getting on his damn nerves. Girlfriend getting on his nerves.
And his job is
You
a
know what I just
mascot.
realized? I just came up with something brilliant.
This ain't gonna be funny.
Ladies and
didn't say it
gentlemen,
was-
whatever this is, it will not be brilliant. Jennifer?
You know who they should have as the mascots? Deaf people. Because the mascots aren't supposed to talk anyway, so.
You know deaf people can still talk, they just don't.
You mean mutes?
What? Yeah. Well, deaf people too.
'Cause
Either one.
Deaf people can talk. They can't hear.
Which is
not gonna do
dangerous.
it.
Hey, look out for that foul ball.
Well. But he's padded in that costume.
Are we going to keep the
So-
old K's for Kannapolis?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
because they're awesome.
All right. Let's make it
No, I'm going to make some that say, "Okay, Boomer."
nice.
Okay.
Okay.
See, look at that. We just workshopped that out live on the show.
Yeah.
How is that for innovation in podcasting? What other podcast has brilliant ideas right in the
Like
middle?
deaf people as mascots.
That's not a brilliant idea. People will die. But
Or mutes.
I mean, there's been weirder things as mascots. There's been live trained animals as
But if
mascots.
they're deaf, then
so-
they don't have to hear "Okay, Boomer" all the time, and they won't want to murder the children.
Yes, but they also won't be able to be completely aware of their surroundings when their vision is already going to be impaired by the costume.
What if you put a shock collar on them? And then somebody falls around.
Jennifer, do you have some kind of weird mascot masochism fetish or something? Is you just get off to torturing mascots? Is that? Because if I got on
What are
there,
they gonna do? One zap for left and two for right. Move which way you gotta go.
am I gonna get on your search history and see a bunch of mascot torture videos?
Just shock them enough that they're going to go down. Then they won't get hit.
You are gonna do some weird Pavlonian thing to these mascots.
It could work.
Well, anyway,
Just next segment, please. Just
well, there was some news today, as January 21st. And by the way,
2020.
happy birthday, Cole Enright and Lucas.
to a lesser extent, Lucas Day. What are you gonna do with that leaf blower? That's my question. What are you gonna do? What is?
That's a $239 leaf blower.
Which gives me an idea. Sell it for half that price on eBay, and it won't matter because it's all profit anyway.
No, I'm going to go TP the hell out of the canal at Tim Stadium.
That's an even better idea, and we can film it. We can film it.
Give you a little attachment on there and just.
Yeah.
But yeah, news today. There's been 8 players in the minor league organization that are going to go. They got an invitation to spring training with the Rangers. There's only 3 that we know. Joe Barlow, so he's gonna really do good, I think. Andy Ibanez,
Cuba.
Cuba. And do you want to take?
Boy, it's been a couple of years.
Sam Huff.
Holy shit! How did you figure that one out?
Well, let's go back to Cuba for a second. It's been a couple of years since he's been in Hickory. That was 2015 since he's been in the
That was
championship.
before I started going.
That was your first year that we had Johan.
That was when we won the whole thing.
He was only here for very
That was when
3 or 4 weeks.
we didn't even know we couldn't come up with a nickname with a chant, so we just found out if he had a nickname.
He tore it up. I mean, he pretty much done what Sam Huff done this year, but he just got caught up maybe a little bit quicker than Sam did. And he's been floating around. He's with the Nashville, so he's in AAA.
But let's bring it back to the real star. And I'm appreciative of the fact that he is not yet too big for his boots. The other day, I sent him a text that said happy birthday, and he sent one back that said thank you. So it's still good to know that he remembers us little people in Hickory.
It does make you feel good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's just a thank you.
Yeah.
It makes
it's
you
just
feel
like,
really
oh,
pleasant,
hey, I'm still here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Isn't it
Just like-
great?
Just like right before we started, Travis Demerit, he showed a card on Instagram. The cards is coming out, and he's signing away. And I said, "Those look nice. I'm gonna have to get me one." He double tapped the message. He liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say, what's his name? Hold up. There's one former crawdad who consistently likes almost all of my Instagram
Dave
pictures.
Batista.
No. And
Not Dave Batista.
Dave Batista? Oh, I'm the wrestling guy on this show, huh?
Ricky Valencia.
Yeah, Ricky.
It is, yeah, it's Ricky Valencia, yeah.
It is.
Which I told him happy birthday the other day as well, but he never said nothing back. He likes everything, we just doesn't talk. But that's
And
fine.
Because
and
he
Yanio
was celebrating his. Didn't he get married right at his birthday?
I think so.
Yanio and Jocelyn both also consistently like my Instagram posts, which is good. It's good to know
That's
that.
because they're family.
Yeah, it's good to know that there's some people out there that still remember us. But yeah,
Starving for attention.
Ricardo Valencia.
But MLB Pipeline has posted the past couple days the top 10 players in each position, and there's only been 3 positions that the Crawdads or the Rangers prospects have been in, and catching, of course, the number 8 prospect on their list is Sam Huff.
Wait, number 8 Rangers or number 8 period?
And they've out of the 10 that they've picked, he's
okay.
He's the eighth
Huh?
one. They've picked
What?
10. prospects
Out of
as
all-
catchers. Out of all the minor leagues.
Like they picked like a top 10 and he's number
C.
8?
Yes. Uh-huh.
I don't know why he thinks I'm Mexican. I don't need him to see me.
And on our third baseman.
What's the no word for? What's no?
No.
Yeah, no is just no in Spanish.
Because I said Mexican, did that make you disappointed?
I mean, kinda. I mean, I don't.
Spanish.
Once again,
Ole!
if you're watching this podcast 15 years from now and I'm on TV or something, don't cancel me. She said it.
You clearly see his disappointment in me
Here, watch. I'll make a stern face. Are you looking?
and my ignorance.
There you go. There's your stern face.
Third
I'm
baseman.
old though, and
Yeah, she's a boomer. She's not. Actually, I'm pretty sure you're a millennial. I think you're like right on the edge.
we're Generation X.
Again, it doesn't matter. Alan!
In the third baseman's position, number 5. You want to take a guess?
No, I don't want to take a guess. Jennifer?
Can I have a hint?
He played third base.
A better hint than that. What's his name start with?
A J.
I was going to say Urizari, but then...
Josh
Young!
Josh
Young John.
Oh, right there.
Young Jung. It's my rapper name right there. Young Jung. Hey, we're gonna have an album coming out soon. Young Jung and Young Gravy. It's gonna be big. Gravy.
And the second baseman position, we don't know him. We haven't seen him yet, but it's just like I know this guy's name because I see it everywhere for the Rangers. Nick Zolak. I don't know where he's
Check
played.
to make sure he said that right.
I mean, how do you mess up Zolak?
I don't think it starts with a Z, does it?
Solak.
Yeah.
But it might be pronounced Zolak. Who knows?
So, but yeah, that was the news that came out today. So.
Oh, more news came out today. I don't even know if you're aware of this. It came out literally like an hour ago. Derek Jeter is the newest inductee into the Hall of Fame.
So is Larry Walker. Woo! Rocky.
Yeah, Larry Walker! Steel Walker.
Are y'all related?
The thing about Derek Jeter is that he was voted in at 99.7%.
Just like Ken Griffey Jr.
You're getting ahead of me. 99.7%. Now, I like the number, 99.7. Shout out to the Fox
The big old Harry.
down there on the frontage road. But people are upset that one guy left him off the ballot of all of the voters. What I'm here to tell you is, yeah, Derek Jeter not being unanimous is pretty stupid. I mean, I don't like him, but he's one of the best defensive players of all time, and Chipper Jones is better with a bat in his hand, but we're not going to go there. What I don't like, however, is that that's more of a percentage than Ken Griffey Jr. Ken Griffey Jr. only got 97%, and that's way more messed up than Derek Jeter only getting 99%. Because who are you three people that did not want Ken Griffey freaking Jr.?
Well, I think on that one is because of his health issues. He didn't play that long.
And while we're on it, Pete Rose, come on. It's been long enough. Let him... It's stupid. If guys who have done performance-enhancing drugs are allowed in, then guys that have done what Pete Rose did should also be allowed in. What did Pete Rose do?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Did he do drugs?
No. Well, I mean, maybe. I don't know his life. But, ladies and gentlemen, this woman,
Did he hit somebody?
who is the co-host of a baseball podcast, does not
That
know
doesn't mean I have to know old stuff, because I'm not a boomer.
the big... Of course, she's only been a baseball fan for the last couple of years. But, basically, Pete Rose bet money on his own games that he was playing in. And
Well, that's not fair.
sometimes...
No, he didn't bet on the games he was playing in.
Yeah. Sometimes he would bet against the Reds, which let people outside know that, we should probably... Because if he's inside and he knows they're going to lose, we should probably bet against him too. So there's a whole insider type deal. But what I'm saying is, I don't consider that any more or less harmful to the game of baseball than performance-enhancing drugs. I think both of them are equal in being against the game. And if you're going to let one, let the other.
I don't feel like that hurts anything. Why does it matter if he's
Betting on it.
Pete Rose might have done something bad in the whole betting thing, but He's got the most hits of.
Put it in the brick.
He's got the most hits of anybody of all time without using performance-enhancing drugs. So, I feel like that. What's that about?
Curveball's coming, bitch.
What?
Curveball.
Did
do
you
you
get
mean?
the sign?
What sign?
No, off speed. That's off speed.
Oh, yeah, signs. Hey, Alan, you like this?
Well, I'm just saying, if you're going to talk about Pete Rose,
Hold up, I'm gonna make a sign real quick. Since we gotta fucking talk about this. I really didn't want to talk about this. They didn't want to talk about this. But we are a baseball podcast, and it is the year of our Lord 2020. So I guess we have to talk about this. Now, what I have in my hands here is a sign. Hey, that's my sign!
But I want to steal it.
It's my sign! Hey! Give me my sign back! Give me my sign back. This is my sign. Fuck out of here with your sign stealing ass.
Oh, my titty just twitched.
Is that? Hey, right, here's one. Found it. Fucking ponderous.
I'm sure everybody knows what we're talking about.
Do we have to?
We had to make a joke about it.
Do we have to go in depth?
No, not really.
Well, what is your feeling
But
about it?
what happened? The
What
Astros
happened is that
supposedly got caught stealing.
supposedly.
Signs. I mean, who's to say they did? Who's to say they didn't?
The commissioner.
He doesn't even know what the hell baseball is. He's just writing checks.
Well, how do you feel about it, Ethan?
I don't know. I feel like some players didn't have as much to do with it as other players, and they should not be punished as heavily.
But how do you feel about it in general?
Well, I hate. Okay, all right. You're making me get in depth on it, but
Not really.
I loved the 2017 World Series. It's the second favorite World Series I've ever watched, right behind 2016. What made the 2017 World Series so incredibly special was a couple of different reasons. Alan, I know you had the story about your dad and how he was a big Astros fan, and that was why it was special to you. And it was special for a lot of other people because Houston had just been through a tragedy. Houston had just been through floods that killed lots of people and injured lots of people and left people homeless. And they got to rally around their local sports teams and forget about their troubles for a little while and enjoy some baseball, enjoy some good baseball, see some of the best baseball games ever played, see some of the best baseball players ever. And it was a perfect storybook ending that you could make movies about. They got to... Oh, it was so special, such a redeeming moment for a city that had been through so much. So for that to be tainted in the way that it unfortunately has been tainted is very upsetting to me because I was happy for the Astros. Coming from a Rangers fan who should not be happy for the Astros, and coming from a Braves fan still bitter from 2005 that should not be happy for the Astros, I was because of how good of a story it made. And now... the biggest asterisk, or the second biggest asterisk, shout out to Barry Bonds, in the history of baseball is now on that. And that is really conflicting to me because I think they should be held accountable for what they did, but I also think...
Oh, they got held accountable. Did you know what the punishment is?
What?
For the next 2 years, they've lost their first and second picks in the draft.
Okay.
So that means they're going to have to get somebody like the 70th overall pick, which... those guys don't really amount to anything, but, you know.
I hate that it tarnishes the legacy.
They were fined $5 million, which, what's $5 million for a baseball team?
I hate that it puts an asterisk on that incredible story, and I hate that it tarnishes some players that have had incredible careers and deserve to be World Series champions. Jose Altuve is one of my favorite baseball players, and it just... I think it's terrible what they did, but I also think it's just that they get... that they get held accountable for it.
Why do you think it's terrible?
Because it's cheating.
Why is it cheating?
Because it's...
why does it matter?
Jennifer,
Is baseball not a game of skill? You still have to hit that ball. Why does it matter if you know what's coming to you?
Because if you know that an off-speed pitch is coming, or if you know that a fastball is coming, it helps you get your timing down better. It helps you know what to expect. It helps you to be in the frame of mind that you should be in for the pitch that is coming. If you are expecting fastball and get a changeup, you are very likely to miss that. If you are expecting fastball and get a fastball, you still might swing right through it and miss or foul it off. But you're more than likely to know that it's a fastball and know the exact right time to swing.
I think they were just innovative and figured out a better way to win.
That's also a way of looking at it. I'm in a class this semester called Introduction to Argument and Debate. And this is incredibly good practice.
I mean, we stole signs. I mean, we stole signs from Chase.
Yeah. We pretend. That was just pretend.
We just took pictures.
Straight up zoomed in on his fingers.
We didn't pass them on to anybody.
Oh, okay, all right. I was gonna say, we're not
you know?
implicating anybody on anything here. But there are times where I forget which team it was. I think it might have been Asheville, where they had that third base coach that was way too elaborate with the signs.
No, that was
Augusta. And I just
on the fire hydrant.
Yeah, and I remember standing up and be like, "Oh, that means he's about to steal," and just silly shit like that. That's not really stealing signs. That's just a fan being silly.
But what if we was tipping pitches in a way? Because there's been a couple of guys that will sit there and tap their foot on the rubber, and we've counted, and it was a fastball. If he tapped it 4 times, fastball. If he done it anything less, then it was a different pitch.
Well, if the batter discerns that himself, he's looking at this. Oh.
But what if we pick it out and, being who we are, we let the batter know?
Then it's wrong. I think if the player... It's
a team sport!
If the player sees that the pitcher has... In poker, if you're playing poker and somebody has a tail, if they twitch when they have a good hand and then you fold, that is not cheating. But if somebody is sitting at a table near you and tapping their arm and saying, "Hey, he's got a good hand," then that is cheating. If you're figuring something out on your own, then have at it. But if you are using that to help someone else, then I think that encroaches on cheating.
If you're up there to bat and you figure it out, you're not going to go in the dugout and tell the rest of your team?
Yes.
What to look for? I
would. But that's between players. That's not a coach saying, that's not a manager or a coach saying, "Okay, I figured this out. Now I'm just going to lay it out in front of everybody, and here's what you do in that situation." I think there's an inherent difference in the two.
That was a long-ass pause there. I see both sides of the coin. I mean, I'm like you said, that was very sentimental to me in that win. But and I was a big Altuve fan. I've been wanting to get his rookie cards, but I guess I'm gonna wait till the price goes down now, so that I can afford one of these. But that whole clip of him coming home after he hit that walk off and he's saying, "Don't tear my shirt off," or "Don't tear my jersey," For one, why would you even come home and do that? Why would you even mutter that? Because you know that camera is fixed right on you as soon as you touch it.
What does that even mean?
Don't tear my jersey.
Did he say it meant something, or people are just speculating that it means something?
A little of both. He knew he had the little pulse thing.
And what does that thing even do?
I'm going to bring racing into this. Bear with me. There's a video one time of Chad Canals, crew chief for Jimmy Johnson, leaning into Jimmy Johnson's window, and he says, "If you win this race, make sure to slap the ass end of the car against the wall during your burnout." He won the race. He slapped the ass end of his car against the wall during his burnout. Nothing was found in post-race inspection. The win stood. But everybody speculated that he had cheated. Now, I don't know how that applies to this situation, but I figured I'd bring it up because it's very similar.
But I mean, if Altuve had something in his jersey, who did he say that to? Would the whole team not already know that?
When he walked it off, well, yeah, but you're excited because you just walked it off. And they're all at home, and they're going to You see what we do to our guys.
In that
We
moment,
chase them through the field and grab on their jersey and everything.
In
You
that
don't want
moment
nothing
when-
to fall out to be noticeable.
when you have that much adrenaline, why, besides something being hidden, would you give a shit about don't tear my jersey? You've just walked off and won the World Series. Do you think that you're going to care about your jersey getting ripped unless it's a matter of
Sentimental.
something extremely, extremely important?
Sentimental. I mean, hell, I would have a ripped jersey on my wall any day of the week.
I feel like that's more sentimental.
That's the biggest gamer you can have.
Because any old jersey, that jersey could have been worn on, whatever, June 8th against the freaking Reds. But the fact that that's the one that's ripped, that's the one I walked off the World Series in. So I would say the fact that in that moment, that he cared about the jersey, that implicates a little. That's very hearsay, and you can't point to that and say that exactly proves that they cheated. But it's a sign of something. A sign of something. It all comes full circle. Remember when we said we weren't going to go in depth?
Yeah, we did. Well,
I just don't think it's that big of a deal.
I do and I don't.
I mean, it might be a little bit, but I don't.
And at the end of the day, we are as undecided as we were at the beginning of it.
So, but I guess that'll do it for this week's.
No, it doesn't. I'll ask you a question, and I've asked myself the same question, and I don't know my answer really.
It's not a magic 8-ball. It's not going to give you the answer.
I asked my question, and I used the Braves, but I'll ask it for you. For you, I'll ask this: If you knew, if you could see into the future, if you had the score, if you had the almanac from Back to the Future 2, and you knew that the Texas Rangers were going to win the 2023 World Series, and Sam Huff and all the guys that we've come to know and love over the last couple of years have all got that World Series ring, and they're like, "Hey man, remember back in Hickory and those guys in 108? Let's invite them to the banquet or the celebration." It's a crazy far out thought, but let's say that the Rangers are going to win the World Series and it's going to be the best thing ever. But you know that this same thing is going to happen with them. Would you not still kind of want them to win the World Series? I would if it was the Braves.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that far in advance to know would kind of be like, But
It's just a hypothetical if you
Yeah.
were able to see.
But I want to see every guy. Like I've always said, those people that would bash us for being such dicks to the opposing team. And like I said before, any guy that steps on that field, I want the best for, and get that ring. I don't care, because that way I can go back and say, yeah, Aaron Judge, I gave that son of a bitch a hard time. Austin Riley, we gave him a hard time. And they know who we are, but I want them to get it.
Sign stealing.
That's their dream.
I bet if you told Alex Riley that Alex Riley?
Wow.
I don't. That's a freaking wrestling reference. Austin Riley. If you told Austin Riley that a slider was about to come, he still couldn't hit that bitch. And
That's my point. Even if they know it's coming, they still have to have the skill to hit it.
Also a great point. And while you're making great points,
Even with stealing, but this is mine too.
Oh, okay.
Stealing the signs, yes, you hit the ball, but do you not have to go out there and pitch and play defense? So, if the Dodgers couldn't hit whoever was pitching and the score was 0-1, they stole that sign and they the Astros scored that one run, but the Dodgers didn't score shit because they couldn't hit shit. What's that mean?
I don't know. What I do know is I really, 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 really sincerely hope that all of this fantastic discussion was not all for naught based on the experiment that we're trying with these new microphones, because that would suck. Jennifer,
Hopefully we're still recording.
Oh, God.
For real.
You want to go check on that real quick, Alan?
What's the point now?
Yeah, we're at an hour. Jennifer Day, please, if we're still even recording, take it away.
I mean, I was going to take it away with Happy Birthday, Lucas, but, Alan stole that from me earlier. I don't really have
Stole
anything
that,
else.
son.
So I am now officially the mother of a teenager, even though he's been acting as if he's a teenager.
Status report,
For a while.
Moody.
We're good.
All right, well, I'm going to close this show with a little bit more ASMR. And I'm going to say that from all of us here at the Dirty Balls Podcast, don't forget to come out to your Crawdads game, support them. Support everybody in the Texas Rangers system. Wear red on Fridays. Donate to red. It's a very good cause. And
Don't forget to spay and neuter your pets.
that's right. And then when you're done with all that, you should go over and subscribe to Conrad's Cowbells. And then when you're done doing that, you should buy some of Jeremy's candles.
Moose Candle Company.
Hopefully he comes out with a baseball scented candle sometime soon.
God, I wish he would.
Or a glove or something like that.
It's
But
called leather.
yeah, you're right, leather. With all that being said, thank you for watching.
I think we should do an entire podcast like this.
I have been Ethan Benfield. I've been joined by Alan Moody and Jennifer Day. Please, once again, subscribe. Thank you. Good night.
We're all
We're out on
happy little
Friday.
trees.
Big news coming up next week about red, so get ready for that.